Good afternoon, morning, friends, whenever you're watching this video. And I want us to consider that the reason that we run back to things that don't work, aka diets, is that before we even had a concept of maybe what we were overwhelmed by, whether it was body shaming, general health anxiety, excuse me, good food, bad food beliefs, and even way harder things that maybe our systems had to deal with, is before we even recognized there was something maybe better and bigger that could help us, we often turned to the maybe one container we had, which was food restriction. And so it wouldn't be a big leap to say in times like this, like end of the year things, holiday things, trying to get more done with the same amount of time. Or maybe, you're just having a wave of other stuff come up that is feeling like a temptation to go back to what you know, which is either just flat out calorie restriction, or maybe you're in this cycle of some eating to settle your system, or you're reaching for certain kinds of foods that elicit certain kinds of feelings from other past, maybe good memories, whatever it is we're doing, and then feeling bad about that, and then going back on a diet to fix that. So you can see here, friends, that this is about containment. And if dieting to either get a grip on emotions that are coming up and keep those settled back inside, or going on a diet to contain a whack-a-mole of like emotional ups and downs, and emotionally overeating and then emotionally undereating, and then if that's all over coupled with give me a plan, that the diet industry would say it's a perfectly good plan, go for it. What we're doing is that we are still kind of recapitulating the abandonment and the lack of clarity about what it is that's really going on, what's real, and what would help us. Okay, so if inherently diets create a container for all that stuff, why not, as you're trying to get your feet out get your feet underneath you in this time or this season, that you do create a container, but maybe a container that also doesn't give you harmful side effects and provides a sense of stability, and you're reinforcing care and attunement instead of let's just do this plan so that I don't have to think and I don't have to make decisions, and we'll just like put this away like it's not happening. Still containment either way, but let's choose a containment of care, and attunement to like, I am going through a lot, so I do need to be eating, let's say, every 3 to 4 hours. I do need to maybe eat, plan ahead a bit to have the groceries in the house, and to plan to eat with other people, or to cook with other people, or to maybe if I need to move, maybe I have some accountability that I don't do too much to run away, or I know that it makes me feel good to move, but parts of me don't really want to because it makes me feel more feelings. And so maybe we need to do this in safe company, or maybe really slowly, or maybe just a lot differently. But I know that sometimes we want to jump the shark, and we want our GI health awesome and less inflammation, all those things. And we tend to, again, go get a plan to make that happen, but we neglect the most important thing, is that if you're chronically in this stressed state or in this threat response, it's kind of, until we kind of simmer a little bit of that down, it's hard to hear what would be the best road forward. Maybe you're taking too many supplements to help your GI health. Maybe it's more about slowing down at your meals. Maybe it's more about eating in safe company that helps your GI health more than 5 different things to get you to go to the bathroom and help you not go to the bathroom so much, whatever's going on. So I know I'm sharing a lot today, but it's more about the containment that would provide, because you're trying to create, with diets, you're trying to create a container anyway for all this unprocessed stuff. We might as well create a container of nourishment and satisfaction versus one that like kind of kicks the can down the road to get you through and help you survive. And that's not the worst thing, okay? But at the end of the day, we're going to keep cycling back here to where things feel overwhelming again, and we want to do something drastic. Versus learn how to slow down, get in safe company, and start to look at the reality is that when we have all these defensive strategies, we don't get towards the health we really want. All of this work is really about thriving nutritionally, thriving the best we can with the bodies we have, and also thriving in our agency to be able to have a choice, versus feeling like the shoulds and have tos, right? So anyway, just want to bring that up to you. If you're having a hard time with making decisions right now, if you're having a hard time just with how you're feeling, maybe you're feeling more exhausted, achy, your guts off, whatever, take a minute to look at like what kind of container you have created for the too much or not enough right now. Okay. And if you're finding, I think I need to just make this really simple, which is get back to some level of really practical. When I say meal planning, all that means is we're setting aside times every day to get meals in and snacks in as we need them, and the food's available. And if we're having a hard time doing that, we seek out some support and accountability to create a more nourishing container to help us get those tasks done. So if you're struggling with the task, let us know. We'll be happy to help you and get that food in front of you and just help you feel like that you can ingest it and digest it. So thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.